Government laws, policies, plans, and projects pertaining to science and technology. The role that science and technology has played in improved the life condition of people in the world is vivid. Because the Philippines is a developing country, the status of science and technology our country is still below par compared with countries like Japan and USA. So science and technology nowadays is have an impact to our country and life because we can socialize to the other far countries, the USA, Japan, and etc. by using a technology. Science and technology environment from the 1986 to 2016. President Corazon C. Aquino highlighted the importance of the science and technology achieving economic progress. To help establish the Department of Science and Technology, with the formulated the Science and Technology Master Plan 1991-2000. At the time, the Philippines made to be a newly industrialized country, NIC. Technology was presented President Benigno Aquino in 2014 the hub to critical issues. Inclusive the growth is economic growth that is distributed across so society and creative to appreciate opportunity for all. So ibig sabihin nito ay yung paglago ng ekonomiya sa ating bansa with equality termin treatment. So disaster risk reduction aims to reduce the damage caused by natural hazard like earthquake, food drop, and cyclones through in ethic prevention. So succeeding president have had their fair share of policies geared toward improving the sector. President Fidel V. Ramos introduced laws, inventors incentive, and science and technology scholarship with President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo adopt policies focusing on national innovation system and improved technological entrepreneurship under the medium-term developing plan 2004 and 2010. So social and technology help used to give information to aware those climate calamities. So government policies and law pertaining to science and technology. So government make a law for the secured of people the society. Also critical the critical technology to address this issue have been developed and include LIDAR processing, remote sensing, and microsatellites microsatellites Diwata 1. So automatic energy means the energy that is released through to nuclear mechanisms or radio decay process.
Good day everyone, I am Charlyn Corpin, second year student of Bachelor of Technology Livelihood Education, major in Home Economics.
Government policies and law pertaining to science and technology. To improve and strengthen science and technology, include research development, it is necessary that government enacts laws. Several laws has been enacted by Congress since 1958 to present. They are as follow. RA 2067, Science Act to 1958. Enact to integrate, coordinate, and intensify scientific and technological research and development, and to foster invention to provide funds therefore and for other purposes. RA 3589, Enact amending RA 2067, modifying the National Science Development Board, National Institution of Science and Technology, and the Philippine Atomic Energy Commission, extending tax exemption, privilege, and grants, requests and donation for scientific purposes to private education institution and for other purposes in Act June 22, 1963. RE 5207, in Act providing for the license and regulation of atomic energy facilities and materials, establishing the rules of liability for nuclear damage and for other purposes. This act was approved June 15, 1968 to encourage, promote, and assist the development and use of atomic energy for peaceful purposes as a means to improve the health and prosperity of the inhabitants of the Philippines and to contribute to accelerate scientific, technological, agricultural, commercial, and industrial progress. Presidential Decree No. 49S 1972 established the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Service or PAGASA. Its function was to provide environmental protection and to utilize scientific knowledge to ensure the safety of the people. Presidential Decree No. 334S 1973 created the Philippine National Oil Company to promote industrial and economic development through effective and efficient use of energy resources. RE 8749, the Philippine Clean Air Act of 1999 was enacted by Congress on June 23, 1999 to protect and preserve the environment and ensure the sustainable development of its natural resources. RE 8792, an act providing for the recognition and use of electronic, commercial, and non-commercial transactions and documents, penalties for unlawful use therefore and for other purposes, passed in June 15, 2000. This act aims to facilitate domestic and international dealings, transaction, assignment, agreements, contracts, and exchange and storage of information through the utilization of electronic, optical, and similar medium mode, instrumentally, and technology to recognize the weight and reliability of electronic documents related to such activities and to promote the universal use of electronic transaction in the government and the general public. RE 9367, Bioflows Act of 2006, an act to direct the use of bioflows, establishing for this purpose and bioflow program, appropriate funds therefore act, and other purposes. This act was enacted by Congress on June 12, 2007 to develop and utilize indigenous and sustainable sources, clean energy sources to reduce dependence on imported oil. RE 9513, the Renewable Act of 28 was passed by Congress to accelerate the development of the country's renewable energy resources by providing fiscal and non-fiscal incentives to private investors and equipment manufacturers, fabricators, suppliers. RA 10175, Philippine Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012, passed September 12, 2012. An act defining cybercrime, providing for the prevention, investigation, suppression, and the imposition of penalties therefore and for other purposes. RA 10612, an act expanded the coverage of the Science and Technology Scholarship Program and strengthening the teaching of science and mathematics in secondary school and other purposes. This act shall be known as the First Track Science and Technology Scholarship Act of 2018. It shall illustrate the country's science and technology education by fast-tracking graduates in the science, mathematics, and engineering who shall teach in secondary school throughout the country. Towards this end, scholarships shall be provided to finance the education of talented and deserving students in the third year of college and pursue a degree of, or training in the areas of science and technology, and to provide incentives for them to pursue a career in teaching in high school. RA 10844 enact create the Department of Information and Communication Technology, which was signed into law on May 23, 2016. In accordance with the law, the Department of Information and Communication Technology shall be the primary policies planning, coordination, implementing, and administrative entity of the executive branch of the government.
Science and Technology Agenda for National Development stands Philippines 2000s. This plan was initiated during the term of President Ramos. The stance identified 7 export winners, 2 domestic needs, the others supporting industries, and coconut industry as priority investment area. The domestic needs include food, housing, health, clothing, transportations, communications, disaster defense, environments, manpower development, and energy. National Science and Technology Plan NSTP 2002-2020. Department of Science and Technology are those with the mandate of formulating S&T policies, programs, and projects in support of national developments, properties, and reminded the 12 priority areas for S&T developments area: agriculture, forestry, and natural resources, health and medical service, biotechnological, information and communication technology, microelectronics, materials science and engineering, earth and marine services, fisheries and aquacultures, environment, natural disaster mitigation, energy and manufacturing, and service engineering. Status of science and technology and plan for development under President Rodrigo Roy Duterte. The Duterte's administration assured his commitment to science and technology and innovations sector in the speech of President Duterte delivered by Budget Secretary Benjamin E. Diokno during opening of the National Science and Technological Week in 2017. Secretary Fortunato de la Pina identified the focus of the department as technology transfer and communications. Thus 10% of overall budget was allocated for technology transfer. Major accomplishments of the Duterte administrations are entry into the front race of space through its support to the Philippine Space Technology Program, a memorandum of agreement between Russia and the Philippines regarding the Space Republic Act 11035, an act institutionalizing the science program. On Telecommunications Department of Information and Communications Technology. On Wither 271, new weather stations were science installed by the departments of technology throughout to the country.